Hi, how's it going? Just a quickie today. So we've started working with GLSL, or maybe we've been working with it for a while, and we might start to wonder, well, what can we do with it? Basically, syntactically, GL shader language is pretty similar to C. However, there are some things that we can and can't do with it, and some extra things that, anyway. So to start with, just the really basic stuff that we would expect C to be able to do. So we can make functions. By the way, this session is all about functions. So I'm just going to grab exactly the same as we had before. Okay, is good. We're familiar with this sort of thing. What we would do is we would say, okay, get a variable which is a float, it's a distance, and it's going to be equal to distance to point. Then for P1, we'll pass in our fragment texture coordinates. And for P2, we'll pass in basically the center. So we'll go 0.5, 0.5. Okay, fair enough. Now what happens is in GLSL, everything is value-based. So we get the 8 bytes of info in fragment texture coordinate, and we make a copy of those 8 bytes, and they come in here as P1. Okay, no matter what it is, it's always like value copy for arguments. Even if it's an array of 100 floats, so 400 bytes, they still get copied in, which could take some time. By the way, if we have really big objects like arrays, it's a good idea to set them up either as constants or uniforms so that we don't have this kind of copy thing. Because with a uniform, we're accessing directly, we're not copying through the argument in the function call. Okay, so we have this. We can run it, and it works. Okay, fair enough. Now what we're doing here is this is declaring, so it's saying to the compiler, hey, this function exists, this is what it's called, this is its signature, and we're defining, so we're saying, okay, there's the source code. By the way, I always get mixed up between declaring and defining. Hopefully I'm using the right definitions there. But it always seemed to me like declaring was saying, okay, this is what it is. Defining is saying, this is its definition. Anyway, we won't get caught up on that. This is a problem. We run this. Unfortunately, it's misleading because the exception is thrown here when we're copying stuff into the UBO, into that uniform block. Whereas, yeah, fair enough. I mean, look, index is all funky. Offset of what? Doesn't make sense. Unfortunately, we may miss this. There's an error above that. And that's what's throwing it off later on. So we need to fix that. The error, if you've done C, of course, you would know, is we need to declare that the function exists before we start using it. So if we set this up, this will now work. Excellent. Is good. At this point, you might be saying, hey, this is all pretty basic, all pretty straightforward stuff. And yes, I would agree with you. So let's mess things up a little bit. Let's mess around with it. This is something pretty cool. So what do we do if we want, I don't know, to return multiple things? A common approach is to make a struct where the struct has as its fields the data that we want to return, and then set this up here and say this returns one of those. Populate all the fields, send that back. That's good. That's pretty well pretty familiar with that. A slightly more esoteric thing that GLSL has is we can put qualifiers on our arguments. So let's say, okay, I want to take P1 as an in qualifier, as an in argument, P2 as an in argument, and then distance will be an out argument, which means that we don't read anything in. We just set this, and on the exit of the function, the data is copied into distance, and then that is copied into the local variable of the calling function. We also have another option, in out, in which case data is copied in and read out, written out. Okay, well, let's just leave this. By the way, if we don't put any qualifiers, the default is always in. Okay, so here's how we would use this. We would say, okay, declare a float variable, distance, call that function, and dist will take the, basically it's a return. This is a simple contrived example. It's a return. Then we'll just go ahead and look at the function definition. So again, the benefit of this is it's just a slightly different way to return multiple types without defining our own struct, if that's what we want to do. I think it's kind of cool to see the same thing working a bunch of different ways, because it gives us more options to be more expressive, more creative in our own shader stuff. Anyway, I hope you had fun with this session. I know I did, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.